Okay, good morning, everyone. So myself, Deobroto Kumar Das from Dumka Engineering College. Today we'll take the subject process instrumentation and control, and the chapter we have to consider here, that is the level measurement. And today is the 2nd February 2022.
So just wait 1 or 2 minutes, then I will start because right now students are joining. Okay, so good morning everyone. So we have start today we will discuss the level measurement. Okay, in our process control industry. So previous classes we have discussed that is the flow measurement. So in this flow measurement you have measured, we have classified different types of flow measurement, how it is measured for the different categories of the flowing flow in our process control industries. So in the another one, it is very much important in process parameter, the level measurement. Okay, so this level measurement, it is basically one of the oldest measurement procedure in our process control industries. Okay, so this measurement, it is uses for the industrial purpose, or it has a different types of process for the level measurement. Okay, so this level measurement, it is the one of the oldest measurement in our process control industries, and this measurement of the industrial process of level parameters, it is a basically great importance in our industrial field also. So it has different types of procedure, whatever we have to calculate the level measurement in our different types of reservoir, different types of tanks. Okay, this is bigger size or smaller size of the application. So in the view of this, we have to classify this level measurement. We have to classify this is the two types. So generally, my whiteboard is visible. Jatin, my whiteboard is visible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Thank you. So basically, we have to classify this label measurement into two methods. And you have to measure different types of liquid level. That means sometimes it is also uses your little bit with water. Okay, sometimes you have to uses the cold or hot water or hot liquid also. And also you have to use acidic or basis type of liquid measurement. That is a level measurement also. Okay. So generally we have to classify this level measurement into two categories. One is the direct method, and another one is the indirect method. Okay, so these are the basically primary we have to classify for our uses of the level measurement in our process control industries. These are the two categories. One is the direct methods, and another one is the indirect methods. First, we have to discuss the direct methods. Okay. So direct method, this is the basically one simplest method for level measurement in our any liquid level. Okay, and in this method, the level of the liquid it is measured directly by means of the flowing level indicator. So this is the simplest method of measuring liquid level, and in this method the level of liquid is measured directly by means of the following level indicators. So this is the basically simplest method. Okay, and we have to use this indirectly for the liquid level measurement. Okay, so in this method the level is liquid is measured directly by means of the following level indicators. So in our process control industries we have to classify this direct method into three categories or three patterns. First one, that is hook type level indicator. This is the hook type level indicator. Number two, side glass. Number two is the slide glass. And number three, another one, that is the float type. So these are the three basic pattern in our direct level, that is the direct methods of the level measurement. So first one, that is a hook type level indicator. Number two, that is a side glass, and another one is the float type. Okay, so we have classified these direct methods into three categories. This is very much important. And another we have to discuss later part is the indirect method. This is also another classifications are available. Okay, so first we have to consider here hook type level indicator, then number two side glass, and number three is the float type of level indicator. Okay, so next, first we have to discuss number one, hook type level indicator. Number one, hook type level indicator. So when the level of the liquid is, you have to measure for the open tank or open reservoir. So this method we have to uses basically directly by the measurement of uses of the scale. Okay, so when the label of liquid in an open tank is measured directly on a scale, okay, and it is sometimes difficult difficult to read the label accurately because of one error is coming, that is a parallax error. Okay, so in this case, a hook type of label indicator is used. This is a one important thing, and it is very much important for a one MCQ questions also. So this hook type label indicator, when the level of the liquid of an open reservoir or open tank, okay, or open any inner side of place also, okay. So open tank, it is measured directly on the uses of the scale also. And this scale, it is also present a centimeter or foot or a millimeter, etc. So it is sometimes difficult to read the particular accurately result or level accurately because it has a one error. This is the parallax error. So we have to uses in this problem, that is you have to measure the parallax error. So you have to uses the hook type of level indicator for this case also. Okay, it is clear all of you? Then construction and operating principles. So I am drawing a picture, then you have to give the certain idea. This is the another point, and this is the another you have to connect it. Something like that. This is the one scale we have to represent from here. Something like that. This is the 0. Okay, then this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. And this is the smallest we have to calculate. This is the one scale. Okay. So using this scale, you have to measure the particular level of the reservoir of the tank. And this is another one scale. This is a vernier scale. Okay. This is a little bit. This is a 0, and another 10 division it is present. This is the particular divisions of the vernier. So this is basically one setup of the hook type of measure. So this is a 60-degree taper point, and another one is also present. One screw we have to continue. This is for the clamping screw. This is the clamping, and this small scale division, it is the vernier scale. Okay, and these are the another one. This is the scale graduated in millimeter. Okay, so this is the basically pattern you can see. This is the basically hook type. Okay, so this is the basically open ended of a level indicator, and this is called the hook type level indicator. Okay, so this hook type level indicator, you have to use this directly in the open tank, that is a open level measurement also. So this hook type level indicator, it consists of a wire of corrosion, this resisting alloy. We have to use the alloy in the hook type material, that is stainless steel also. Okay, so here one arms, that is a short type of arms is available. This arm, it is pointed the 60-degree taper point. So while this longer one, it is also attached one slider having a vernier scale, and another one millimeter scales we have to use this here also. When you have to measure the particular level of the liquid, you have to use this scale for the particular measurement of the level. Okay, so in this hook type level indicator, the hook is pushed below the surface of the liquid whose level is to be measured, and it is gradually raised until the point when you have to just about the break through the surface also, and it is clamped. This is a clamping screw. It is clamped by the clamping screw, and the principle of this method, it is basically directly you have to measure using this scale also, and you have to use this particular vernier scale for the a little bit, that is shorter distance you have to measure. So using this method, you have to easily calculate the level measurement. Okay, and it is made by the metal, that is the stainless steel metal. Okay, so it is made stainless steel. Is it clear, all of you? Is it clear? Jatin Kumar Jha, MD Sajada Sadaf, Sanu Kumar. Is it clear, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next number 2, it is side glass. Number 2 indicators, that is the side glass. So this side glass, it is basically also called the gauge glass. Sometimes it is called gauge glass. So this slide glass, it is also named as gauge glass. It is another method of the liquid level measurement. And it is basically uses the continuous induction of the liquid level when you have to use a particular a tank or any vessel. Okay, so a side glass is another method of liquid level measurement, and it is used for the continuous indication of liquid level within a tank or vessel. Okay, so this side glass, it has another name, that is a gauge glass, and it is the another method of the liquid level measurement. And when it is used, it is used for the continuous indication of the level, liquid level within a tank or vessel also. So this is the basically little bit idea of the side glass. Okay, then construction and principles. Just wait, I am draw a picture. Then you have to clear the idea. This is a one big size tank. Something like that. This is a scale. Okay, this is a small scale division here also. Something like that. Okay, that is the 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. And this is the liquid level. Here we have to see the particular level. This is the, you have to measure this liquid level measurement. It is for the any big size of reservoir or big size of tanks or any vessels also. It is also open type of measurement, so that's why it is called the direct measurement also. Okay, so this is the liquid. This is the open tank. This is, here also the liquid is filled. This is a side glass tube. And this is a scale. this is the figure of the side glass. For an open tank. Okay, so this is the simplest diagram of the side glass method. So this side glass, it is another method we have to use as for the liquid level measurement, and it is used for the continuous indication of the liquid level within a tank or vessel. So here you can see this is a little bit scales we have to use this for the particular level of the tank. Okay, so when it is desired to measure the liquid level with the liquid under pressure or any vacuum. So this side glass must be connected to the tank at the top as well as at the bottom level also. Otherwise, this pressure, it is also difference between the tank and the side glasses also. So this is a basically one particular process. So this side glass you have to connect it particular positions where the pressure difference between the tank and also the side glass tube, it is also same to same. Okay, so in this case the glass tube, it is also enclosed a protective housing, because here the two valves are provided for the isolating of the gauge from the tank, and in case breakage of the side glasses also. So here are open tank, it has a huge pressure it is coming. So this side glass, it is also kept in a protective device also. Okay, so this is the basically open-ended side glass for the direct measurement of the level measurement also. Another also, this is a high pressure side glass, it is also available. High pressure side glass. So when you have to uses the more pressure, the higher pressure of the level measurement, and it has another one combination distance. I am coming in the next diagram. This is a high pressure side glass. So this is a one reservoir. This is a, sorry for that. Something like that. This is the connected first one. Another, we have to connect it here, another channel. This is the another point, and here also one valve, it is also connected. This is a symbol of valve. You know that we have discussed in previous module in broadly descriptions. Then the pipe, it is coming from here, another one. This is a 1 meter, that is a side glass type of meter. Something like that. So here you can see this is a basically small scale divisions. Just a pattern. Okay, this is the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the liquid we have to here use this. This is the and it is a closed type of vessels or closed type of tanks we have to use it. This is a control valve we have to use it here also, and this is a also liquid, it is also present in the okay. Liquid level, this is a one valve, another valve we have to use it here. This is filled by the liquid also. This is a scale, and this scale it is basically called the side glass. Okay, side glass, and this device, this is the protective house. Protective and this pipe it is basically high pressure pipe. High pressure. Okay, so this is the figure or diagram of the high pressure side glass method. Okay, so here you can see this high pressure side glass method you have to use this where the more pressure of it is also measured in the liquid level measurement. So here we have used for the two valve. One is this valve, it is controlled. This valve it is open or closed for flowing the liquid also. And another valve it is also present here also. It is for the control for the higher pressure. Okay, and also here one protective housing it is present for protect the side glass tube also. Okay, and this side glass tube it is also filled by the liquid, particular liquid you have to use this for the measurement of the reservoir or tank. And here the one scale it is present, this scale you have to particular measure particular level of the tank also. Is it clear all of you? It is clear?
Yes.
Please respond. Then after that, what is the ranges of this side glass method? So the standard measure, that is standard practice method, it is not to go for the glass tube is more than 900 millimeter of the length also. And when the height of the more than 900 millimeter, this, in that case, we have to use this two or more side glass for the different level measurement. That is a different position. One is the low level, another one is the middle level, another one is the higher level. Okay, so this is very much important. So what is the ranges of this side glass method? When you have to use this side glass method in our process control industries, the particular height of the measurement is limiter is 900 millimeter. So when the level measurement method, this height it is also increases, that is a more than 900 millimeter. In that case, we have to use this two or more this side glass type of gauge for measurement for the particular level of the reservoir tank. So that means one is the lower level, another one is the middle level, and also another one is the higher level. So this is the basically ranges of the high pressure side glass. Okay. Next, and another one, this is also 900 millimeter, and the steam pressure it is basically 350 psi. Okay, and temperature it is temperature ranges that is the 250 degree Celsius or 500 degree that is the Fahrenheit, or This is the 1000 psi liquid pressure. Okay. So this is the basically particular parameter we have to follow when you have to use the side glass method. So the steam pressure ranges, that is the maximum of 350 psi. Okay, that is the steam pressure. And another temperature, it is more or less temperature near about 252 degrees Celsius temperature or 500 degrees Fahrenheit also, or 1000 psi liquid pressure also. So this is the basic advantage of the side glass method. Next, so when you have to use the level measurement using the side glass method, it has different advantage and disadvantage also. So advantage. What is the advantage? Number one, direct reading, it is possible for this measurement. Number one, direct reading is possible. Okay. Number two, special design are available for use up to 316 degrees Celsius and 10,000 psi. Number third, glassless designs are available in numerous for corrosion resistance. So this is the basically advantage of the side glass method. Okay, this is the advantage of the side glass or gauge glass. So using this side glass method, you have to easily measure the direct reading using the particular scale also. Number two, you have to design, specially designed for are available for the use up to the higher degree of temperature, that is a 316 degrees Celsius, and also higher pressure, that is a 10,000 psi scales also. Okay, this is the advantage. Number three, this is a glassless design are available. This is a glassless device are available in the numerous for the corrosion resistance. Okay, this is the basic advantage, and it has little bit disadvantage also. So what is the disadvantage? Number one, it is read only where the tank is located. Okay, so that means when you have to measure the level of the liquid level of the reservoir tank, you have to present on the where the tank is located. Okay, and number two, accuracy and readability depend on the cleanliness of glass and Okay. Number 3, overlapping gauges are needed for long label spans. Okay. And number 4, heavy and viscous liquid or liquid containing material which fall out of solution and clog the tube channel be measured satisfactory by a side glass. Okay, so these are the basically disadvantage of the side glass or gauge glass. So first one, it is read only where the tank is located. That means when you have to use this side glass method for the level measurement of a reservoir or any types of tank, so you have to or user or you have to present for the where tank is located. Number 2, accuracy and readability depended on the cleanliness of glass and fluid also. That means when you have to use the particular fluid and particular glass, so it is basically clean. That is a basically you have to maintenance. It is basically requirement for cleanliness of the glass and fluid. So that's why you have to accept the accuracy or readability description. Number 3, overlapping of the gauge are basically needed for the long level of spans also. Number 4, heavy and viscous liquid, okay, or any types of liquids is containing material which fall out of solution and it is clogged the tube channel be measured satisfactorily by the side glass. So these are the basically advantage and disadvantages present in the side glass method or the gauge glass method. Okay, is it clear all of you?
Yes, sir.
So everyone write your own name and roll number in the chat box also. And Jatin, please take a screenshot. And we have another class, so please everyone be present after ending the class 2-3 minutes. Okay. So anybody any doubt or any questions, so please ask me. So today we will discuss the level measurement method. Okay, this is another one important oldest parameter we have to use this for the level measurement in our process control industries. And this process control level measurement we have to classify into different categories. First we have to classify that is the direct method and indirect method. So this direct method, it is also classified into 3 categories. First one, that is a hook type level indicator and side glass. Number 3 is the float type. So in this class we have to discuss first, that is the number 1 hook type level indicator, and then we have to discuss the side glass method. And the next class we have to discuss that is a float type of level measurement. Okay, so this is very much important. This is the first one, that is a hook type level measurement or hook type level indicators. Okay, then we have to goes through the side glass method. This side glass, it is uses for the low pressure and high pressure level measurement. Okay, and sometimes it is also called the gauge glass method. So this is a basically side glass for an open tank system or open vessel system. There here it is a one scales we have to use this for particular level of the liquid also. And another one we have to use this side glass for the high pressure side glass method. So this is a basically diagram of the high pressure side glass method. Okay, so here you have to use this or closed type of vessels or closed type of tanks, whatever we have to use this for the particular level of the tank. So here two valves we have to use this. One is the control for the high pressure piping. Another one it is also control for the liquid level of the in and out of the system. And using this protective housing, this is the protective housing. It is protect the particular scales also. That is a side glass because here one high pressure when it is coming, the glass it is also breaking. So that's why we have to use as one protective housing for the side glass method. And it has a steam pressure range that is 350 degree psi range. Maximum temperature that is a 252 degrees Celsius, or sometimes we have to also specially design for the side glass method or for the higher temperature range. And this is the 1000 psi liquid level pressure you have to keep up. Some of the advantage and disadvantage are available for the side glass method. Next class we have